Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad from Radko Tarot, and in this whole video we're going to look into Libra Sun, Libra Moon, and as well Libra Rising weekly general tarot reading July 9th up until July 25th, 2021. And this reading is going to be Elemental Dignities Enhanced reading. If you are interested into the technique, checking out my Facebook page and as well my website is going to give you more information about it as well. If you do wish a personal reading with me, or if you do want to take my tarot classes, my website will provide you with additional information and also a way to purchase either of these services. And lastly, make sure you do subscribe for the channel and as well hit the notification bell so you do stay up to date with and you don't miss any of my weekly uploads, and also have a chance to participate into the free reading contests which are happening into my live streams. So with that being set aside, moving to the Libra reading of the week, and the very first card for Libra, that is going to be the Two of Wands, followed by the second prime one, which stands as the Ace of Wands. Then the third card of Libra, that is to be the Ace of Swords. And the last prime card here, we have the King of Swords. So these are the four prime cards. There are going to be four more cards. But that's week for Libra itself is going to be a week of finding a way to grow. And when I say grow, this is where you are to find yourself sitting on a, I can't say extremely well established accomplishments, but suitably well established accomplishments. And the question is going to be, where to from now on? So while the week is going to be about growth career-wise or relationship-wise, it also does not predispose much of a movement. And that is for a reason being that you will require a lot of information about future developments and how things are likely to evolve at your behalf, and that is going to be the main topic here of the week itself. So let's scrutinize the reading card by card. Just hold on a second. So the first one that you do have, it is the Two of Wands, and the catalyst of the Two of Wands, that is the Knight of Swords. We do have these two cards, and they do form a active friends. And at the start of the week, like I said, you are to find yourself sitting on well-established accomplishments and achievements as well, milestones, so to speak. And the question is going to be how to develop these things even further. And this is where your intellectual agility, if I may say it that way, and as well sharp thought is going to settle down. With these two, that is a frantic, I can't even say frantic, but like probably the word should be keen. It's a keen development of thoughts and of brilliant ideas, so to speak. If you are to come up with some kind of a solution or some kind of a brilliant development career-wise or relationship-wise, you are to do it at the very start of this week. That is like, this light bulb that comes into the cartoons that we were watching as kids, when the antagonist or protagonist are trying to find a way, and suddenly the light bulb lights up and they figured it out. So these two cards here are speaking that at the start of the week, whatever you are facing setbacks at, career or love, you are going to truly figure it out. Additionally to that, so with these two cards, some certain truths are going to come your way, and these are going to be truths for a future developments. How far you can go with one or another endeavor, how far your relationship can go. Is your relationship capable to offer you a family, for example? Is your job can give you any progress like promotion, like raise. All that information is going to come up to you at the start of the week. And based on that information for every single one of you, the identification of how you can grow based on your current achievements is going to be established. And right after that, the Ace of Wands comes about, and the accompanied card is the Seven of Swords. So we do have these two, and again, a active frenzy is what we do have. And right after these identification of how you should proceed forward with your career or your relationship, something different happens, okay? And that different thing, it is a very gainingful enterprise coming your way that has nothing to do with anything that you are dealing with right now. And probably that is why you have to put things on hold, okay? Because that gainingful enterprise is going to be very, I would say, tempting. Now, this enterprise, which could be a new introduction to a person that you may start falling in love with, or a proposition for a job, you know, it's just a gainingful enterprise. But it will look very interesting because you haven't been in a such by now. It's something that you would love to explore. And even more than that, it's something that you do find very accustomed to yourself. It's something that you do find very suitable for your personal agenda. But in order to jump into it, you will have to kind of like overcome a certain, not competition, but I would say opposition, okay? Because there are going to be definitely individuals and people that will try to talk you out of it. And that will try to pretty much have you for themselves. Now, this is how it stands. Now, that gainingful enterprise is yours, only yours. And others which are now around you, they have everything to lose and nothing to gain should you go for that enterprise. And that is why you are to face opposition. And the appropriate way to act here, at least according to these cards, it is to show strong backbone and stand for your personal rights based on your self-righteousness. And just go for what you think is best for you and not what is best for, say, your colleagues, for example. It sounds selfish. I like to call it self-preservation. Because if you don't do something for your happiness, nobody else will. That's the sad truth about it. And right after the appearance of this new enterprise on your behalf, which, by the way, I forgot to mention here, is that will allow you to develop personal growth. So we do have an exterior growth here at the very start of the week, and then we do have a personal growth right after that. And after this enterprise manifests itself, we do have the Ace of Swords, and it is accompanied with the Six of Pentacles. And that is the moment where you will need to gather up information, or rather like recognize the truthfulness of the situation. We do have active enemies. And these cards are very, I would say, spiritual, falling that way. That is because at these moments of the development of the week, you are going to start realizing the patterns of life, in a sense of that at the end, what matters is what you can do for yourself. That is one of the patterns for life. And with these two cards, it seems that you're going to throw the hierarchy away. At least this is what the tendency here is shown. You're going to show very strong, very big spiritual strength, if you will, and speak the truth about your intentions in front of your family, in front of your boss, for example, or in front of your colleagues. And not just only that, but also at this stage of the week, which is towards the end of the week, you are to be able to place an accurate diagnosis what you should do, okay? And I think that it will be in your own favor rather than in the favor of others, of what you should do. These two cards, very difficult to describe it, but it goes like that. if you are not on the top of the hierarchy, you're always going to be on the second gear. And here in this week, we do have a determination for you to jump into the front gear instead of the second one. And at the end of the week here, right after this realization, a person comes about, because one thing is to determine yourself to do it, to stop making somebody else richer, for example, or to stop making somebody else happier on your own expense. It is one way to realize it. It is another way to be able to do it. And you may have a difficulties doing it on your own. And this is where that person comes about. So we do have the King of Swords, and it is accompanied here or catalyzed by the Empress card. And these two cards are forming a active enemies once more. So this person, first of all, King of Swords, these are a very powerful individuals, people with connections, people with positions, so to speak, and they are very analytically sharp in the sense of that whatever they are facing as a plight, as a problem, or as a concern, should I say, they can always, through analysis, find a way through. And not just only that, but when they do create strategy, their strategy usually is very, very effective. However, here in this situation, that person looks involved more than they should be. They just can't withdraw from all of the activities that surrounds you, okay? And some of their decisions may become rather immature in that particular case. Now, to me, that speaks about somebody who cannot let you go, okay? It doesn't want to let you go. It doesn't want you to start initiating this gainful enterprise that I talked about. So at the end of the week, Libra, you do have huge conversations to lead, probably with your wife or your husband, probably with your family members, probably with your boss as well, or with your colleagues. But whichever way you go, it seems that you are going to grow despite, either you're going to grow externally through the circumstances, or you are going to prefer the personal growth. Well, that depends on how much you are willing to sacrifice ultimately, because this person, while they are to help you, they are always going to be, how can I say, affected by the situation. And if the situation doesn't work in their favor, their help may be immature. And so that was your weekly general tarot reading. Be careful whom you are crossing throughout this week, and hopefully we are going to see each other next time. Until then, bye.